I'm just okay. I am starting my first ever video. I should probably hide my face off the screen, and we're just gonna do this all in one shot, and we're just gonna roll with that, and we're not gonna talk about it, or we are gonna talk about it. I don't really care what we do. Um, I'm making this video because I want to start breaking into making just content and stuff that's fun for me. And things I want to talk about and just like share with people online. Because I guess that's something I want to do creatively for myself. And I struggle with starting whatever my first video is going to be. And I decided to just kind of roll with like the thing that I love the most, which is video games. So that's why we're starting off with making this video. Um, I really doubt. I don't think I'm gonna make any more parts because this is gonna be like a part. It's gonna like say like, oh, like random woman makes video about like video games part one or something, and um, that is probably just going to be for today, and then like the next part is going to be on a separate day because I don't think I'm ready to just like handle all of that in one shot. Like I got stuff to do today, um so today I am reviewing this massive stack over here, which I'm pretty sure is showing up in the camera. It's a bunch of Switch games that I've collected, and they're just like this is just like my physical Switch collection, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of like go through them because like I'm just a nerd like that and just like to talk about video games and just share it and stuff. So I have made some notes and on like a bunch of video games. Some of them I'm gonna wing it. Some of them I'm gonna wing it. Some of them I'm not. It really doesn't really matter. This is all just kind of like just bullet pointy notes to help me not feel so anxious about making my first video. So that's what that's all about. And for my emotional support, stuffed animal to help make this experience feel less intense, we have, I believe their name is Klaus, like Klaus. And they're just like a fun little guy I got in Sweden from Liseberg. So they'll be here comforting me today as we go on this journey of talking about Switch video games. So, also, I'm sorry I have a gross throat, so whenever I think one's coming, I'm going to mute the audio for like a split second. The joys of winter. Okay, so we're going to start off with this first giant stack. And we're gonna go from top to bottom. So basically like all these stacks are segmented based on like my note pages, and we're just gonna go through the stacks like one by one. Starting with this one. So on the top we have a copy of this game called Mercenary Wings, the False Phoenix. I got this one when I went to it's like I don't like know. It was like a gaming convention in like Sweden that I went to, and I don't know the name of it. Like I could look it up. I think it was like called like Retrosphere Man or something. But my running gag joke with my friend that I go with is I always call it Retro Splatson, which is like not what it's called, not even close. But that's just how I always refer to it. And I got this game and a couple of others there. And how we ended up with this one was like I don't know, I just like talked about it, and like I just kind of wanted to like pick up some niche video game or like some cool little video game you can't just like pick up on Amazon. Like, ooh, Amazon, here's $30. Give me like, you know, Super Mario Bros. 3D World. Like I was trying to avoid that. Um, Funnily enough, I think that this was like when we went and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna like find some niche game and it'll just be some cool game." It's so funny because I was like so hyper focused on trying to find something more quirky that I'm pretty sure that this was the game I was just supposed to get, and all the other ones I should have just ignored. um, so let's see. I don't have like a ton of things to say about this one to start off with, but how I the thing that kind of gets me excited for this one is that this game reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics A2 for the Nintendo DS, and I really liked that game. And like, I don't really play grid-based strategy games, like turn-based grid strategy games. If you ever play those, like I don't play a lot of them, and I've been really wanting to like play one of those again because like I haven't played like them in forever, and they're pretty fun. But it's just like most of them never like really click with me, or like I mean like some of the tactic games are just way too hard. I don't know. I've just been like waiting. I know like the art design has always been like a pretty huge like issue because there was this like video game I played one time called like Fellmark the Arbiter. No, it was like Fell Seal or something, the Arbiter's Mark. And that game was like it's a fun game. It's a fine game. But like I couldn't get on board with the art. I did not really care for it. And like I tried to just do it and I'm just like honestly, especially now at this point in my life and like video games, I'm just like art matters a lot to me when I play a video game. If I'm not like the gameplay can be like god dang amazing, but if I don't vibe with the art, it might not be happening. So we got this one, and my first thoughts on it when like I got it, and I'm just gonna like hold this up to the camera just to like so you can like check it out. Is like I didn't really like totally care for the art. So if you actually look this up, there's like two versions of this game. Like two, you know, like there's like a different version of like the box art. Honest to God, I think like I've seen this like several times when like I see video games and like where the alternate box art is just so much better than the like official box art. And like this is the official box art. This isn't like, you know, and I'm just like you should have just made the bonus like the extra box like cuz my idea is like the box art's already supposed to be pretty damn good. Like pretty dang good. And then like the extra like the bonus artwork like for whatever is supposed to be like amazing. Like breaks annihilated, just really good artwork. And like if you look up the alternate art for this one, I'm just like you should have just made that the cover. Like this cover is just like some like moody guy who's just like, oh yeah, I've got my sword here. And like and then like the main character, like this guy, he like kind of like his art like blurs like into the other guy. I will also mention that like I really like art in general, and I actually make art, so like that's gonna be I pay more attention to these things than like the average person. Like I think they'll just be like, neat, good stuff, I like it, and then they'll just display it and they like it. And then like they got like this lady in the back, and she's just like if you've played video games long enough, you know, just like the like seductive lady who's just like, ooh, I've got big chest stuff going on, and they're all like, she's just like leaning over, like look at this gal, look at her, like she just like leans over and just like I don't know, something about her, man. And it's so funny because like she's actually like supposed to be like more of a main character, and like I don't know, she just looks more seductive and like this far out shot because when you actually open up the box art, it's like you get like a better image of like her face and it like looks like a lot better. She just kind of looks like, you know, like just a person who's like leaning over a little bit. She still has like the whole sexy posting going on because that leg skirt is like like both of her kneecaps are just like revealed. Like, I feel like this inner shot shows off the artwork a little bit better as opposed to like this faraway shot. This is just a huge rant about art, but that's just what we're going to be doing for this first part, because I said I was going to talk about my Switch games, and this is a part of it, so we're doing it. So I don't really like know a whole lot about this one. I try to like keep video games like kind of a surprise for me now, and here comes the phlegm. Gross. Anyways, I don't like know a whole lot about this one, and so apparently there's like some system where it looks like you like combine. It says like combine your unit strength to conquer your foes. Like, yeah, whatever. But like in the middle shot, like in here, there's like some branching paths thing. So my thought is like that's either like some it's either like skill, like a job system, or it's just like something more complicated and more unique going on there. Like, this one image alone kind of scares me, because it's like I've looked at like trying to like figure out where I want to go with. We're just gonna say stuff. So like the first row of like images on this box is like they're all very like brown and gray, and like when I looked up the gameplay like online, the game like actually looks a lot better. Like I looked up all of the Mercenary games, so I didn't realize this, but this is like a full-fledged like franchise. Like there's like 5 games. It's funny because like I looked through all of them because I was thinking about like, oh, maybe I'll try picking up the other ones and see how I feel about them or whatever, or like see which other ones I want. And like there was one I liked, but like the story was bad. It was really bad. I won't talk about that. But I thought this game was gonna like look like this was like I thought I picked like one of the worser looking games out of the bunch, but like no, the animation in this game is actually pretty nice, and the sprite work isn't that bad, and it's more colorful than like these 3 images like show off. I don't know why they went with all that brown, and then like I thought it was gonna be like a more technical game because like in the the bottom, they just like show just like straight up just like UI stuff, like menus and stuff, and I'm just like, man, like to show that off over like some cool skill moves or something, I'm just like, I guess this game's just really crunchy and mechanic-y, which scares me a little because I don't totally like those kinds of games, but I guess this isn't quite like that, so I suppose that's good. Let's see. I don't really think there's a whole lot else to talk about. I am looking forward to playing it when the time is right, but like that's gonna be some time away. I'm not really stressed out about that. I'm glad I got this game, or that this came out, because like I don't know. I think the story's supposed to be lighter. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot. Again, I don't really research games the same anymore. Like I used to look at video games for like a long time and do all kinds of stuff, and now I'm just like I try to just like be like, oh, the Father has gifted me a video game. I have no idea what the heck this is. I will play it and just make every assumption. I mean, every like thing I'd learn about it, just my experience and whatever, which is how I think more people should try to start playing games. Like, doesn't have to be every game, but like I think more games should be played like that. So that one's done, and this is definitely going to be a 1-part video of this stack because that took like almost 20 minutes just to talk about that one game. I don't think they're all going to be that long, but it was a good test run. So this one is Yeast, a number in Roman that we like using for some reason. This one's the Yeast Lacrimosa of Donna, and I'm just gonna like show off the game just for like. So this is like the front. Here is the back. And here is the inside artwork, which is cool because it's a slip out. So you can like pull out the slip and then like reverse it to show off the game. So this is like, this would be like, yeah, this would be the front and this would be the back. So talking. I picked this one up for not very great reasons, but I heard that the story was really good, and I've always been mildly interested in Yeast, like the Yeast franchise. Because like that franchise has a lot of games, like a lot of them. And a part of this was like headed off because I got interested in playing Falcom games. So this is made by a company called Falcom, and they kind of came onto my radar. Like I think I've played other games of theirs before, but like they came onto their radar, my radar, because of this video game I played called Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus or something like that. I played it on Steam, and I thought the game was great. It was really well written. Like, just like I thought the combat was fun. The main like the thing I really liked about that game was just like it was like a game about like a teenager, like just like, sorry, I'm getting like really nervous because it's like a video. But the thing I liked about that game was like, I liked how it was like, you have this like teenager who's like shown off, like you're playing as him, so he's like your protagonist, right? But like within like the actual story is like this like other girl actually is like the main protagonist, and you're like the main side character, right? Like you're like the main support. Like, you know, like video games where you're just like, you have like the protagonist, like TM and everything, trademarks all over that person, like Luffy from like One Piece or something. And it's just like, and you have like the really great supporting characters, like, oh, you got like Zoro and like Sanji. I don't know if any of you people know that show or care about it. I don't even watch One Piece, but this is an example, so go with it. Basically, like the game treats him like the side main character as like the protagonist, even though that they're not. Like it's like the person next door, and like he's never. And I think like the cool thing is like everything about him like screams like kind of like, oh yeah, cool edgelord person, gets all of like the gals and everything and whatever. But he's actually just like a super normal dude, like super normal. It's like, and everyone at school actually thinks that you're weird, like because you work tons of part-time jobs and like you kind of like skip out on like social stuff a lot, and you're like very like kind of reserved, and like everyone's just like, yeah, like you don't really talk or know anyone, so that's kind of like weird. And there's like a lot to say about that video game, and that's probably for some other day. But basically is like, it's just like this cool, like basically like Falcom has like this very neat approach to writing, and like they're very focused on writing like actual people and like covering their bases. Like I remember like when I played that game, there was like some blonde-haired guy, and I can't remember his name, but he had like a ginormous like claymore, like a massive bastard sword, and he was like a cool dude. I liked him. He was a good character, but like it was, I feel like the thing that was like really surprising me is he was really one note, like because this game gives everyone development, and I mean everyone. Like you know, like when you play video games and there's like, you know, all these like NPCs and all just like walking around and stuff, and they're just like whatever. No, they're all like, I don't think they're like all named characters. Like a lot of them are, but like they like actually throughout the entire game. I don't remember how many months the game takes place, but like almost every single day, every character has their dialogue written for a new day. Like they have new things they're thinking about, new things they're talking about, new like they have like story arcs, like there's character arcs going on. I remember like getting kind of mad because I was like, I started to be like, hey, why is this character boring? Like you have this, you rewrite character, you have like, there was like so many NPCs in that game. It was like 60 or something, like individual character arcs that you can follow of characters that have absolutely no relevance to the story, like none, zilch, like literally none. Sometimes you accept like a side quest from them, which is kind of fun because like, you know, as opposed to like just having like a side quest that pops up, it's like you follow their story and then like they have a side quest that just kind of pops up for like a day or two and you have to take it, or like you missed out on like, you know, having the extra EXP and items, and their story continues on after that, like after the request goes away, like whether you do it or not, like their life goes on and it keeps, you know, and I thought that was super neat. So really long-winded thing aside, is I picked up Beast, and I think it was just like I kept getting a feeling that maybe this is the one I should pick up. Truthfully, I think I should have just got this on my computer. I got a little bit too like invested in the whole like physical media thing, and because like I actually would like to have this one at like 60 FPS because like the special effects in this game look really good, but like 30 FPS is just like it's okay. But I really like the art, visual. I really like colors, and that was a part of it. Is colors are super important to me. Like I feel like I really like somebody that knows when to like use just like their paintbrushes, you know, just use all of these beautiful colors. You got greens, you got pinks, you got yellows, you got oranges, you got reds. Just use all the dang colors, please. Gosh darn it. I I don't like it when people like I don't obviously it's like a game by game basis or whatever, but like I usually don't like it when like people like when you can tell that they're like kind of pointlessly holding back on like getting really expressive with like their colors and stuff. Like I dislike that. Because like this game, it's just like they got like all these fun things going on with the colors. Like I think like the thing I miss so much is like, so the protagonist's name is Adol, and like look at this freaking guy. Like look at that hair. Like I don't know how well this is gonna like show in the video, but just like this guy's got stark red hair, and I'm just like, dude, I don't even remember like the last time I've seen someone with like 80s 90s anime hair like that's just colored. Like I don't watch tons of anime and stuff or whatever, but like, dude, I don't know. I just feel like people do all this stuff and like, no, this guy's just got cherries for hair. Ultimately, I don't have tons to say about this one. Yeah, most of the thing. Okay, on my thing, it says, I don't remember her name. I actually found out like, it was part of like a recommendation from this lady. She's like a grandma who plays video games on YouTube. I'm not so sure I want to just like shout out her channel right now, but you should check out some gaming grandmas because those people are great. They're just so chill and so fun, and I love listening to their opinions on YouTube, and I hope you do too. So I had like explained nothing about this. I'm like, whatever. There's like an island, and you're on it. You're beach right. I think that was the other part of that was also kind of fun because like the story is seemingly low stakesy, where it's just like so many games are like about being like this huge thing that goes on. Like you have to save the world, you have to do this, it's all this big stuff, and it's just like you're stranded on an island. Please, you have to get off of it. That's literally like the story, and I thought that was cool. That's that one. And this one, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, and I have some stuff to say about this one. So I'm just on my first note is just like it has good art, and this game very much so has some lovely art. The fun thing about this is like it actually comes. This is one of the rare games that actually comes with a manual, and like it actually comes. It's like fully colored and everything too. Like just like the good old days back in like the 2000s and stuff. And with some beautiful inside cover art. This game actually looks quite nice on Switch. Like I opened up and tried it, you know, because like I was like, oh, maybe I should finally like give Sakuna a shot and just like give it a whirl, play it, maybe play through it all. We'll find out. Dude, this game is niche. Like, I like how even on my own notes I wrote niche, and then I make a case in points to write too niche. Because I'm just gonna like look on my computer real quick for this game because it is on Steam. Sakuna. I think this game has a mostly positive, if I'm right. Okay, no, it has a very positive. Unexpected. But I remember like when I played the game, is like it had levels and stuff, and that was cool. But like they had like very specific objectives and stuff that you had to do, and progression is like I don't remember like tons, so but like I remember progressing being like kind of weird, and like it was a bit vague to like how you proceed, and also like combat is more technical than I thought. Like I just thought so that it was like a beat 'em up. Because like when you watch people play the game online or whatever, you know, it seems like that. It is like in fact like not. And I also got that assumption because these people made this video game back in 2012. Not this game, but the developers of this game made this video game called Fairy Bloom Freesia. And like I was super interested in it back then because it just looked awesome. It had colors, it had action, some cool fairy lady beating the living crap out of monsters. I was into it. Things I ended up never getting it, so I was just like, oh, I ended up with this. I wish I remembered more, like, because like my notes aren't crazy insightful for this one. But I get why this game didn't blow up bigger than it did. Because I thought Sakuna was going to be like I saw so many mixed like weird videos, and I think like it's starting to become more cult classic-y, and like kind of like the way where it's like if you've played GameCube games, like there's a lot of weird titles on the GameCube, but like so many of them are great. Like they're so exciting. I don't like a lot of those games, or like a lot of them just don't click with me, but I won't deny that they're still like super cool and unique and interesting. Like if you played this game, just like if you have like one of those like Switch like GameCube controllers or whatever, I swear, just put that in your hand and you'll be like, this just feels like a modern day GameCube game. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna like pass this one up and let it go. Like not like from my collection, just move on from it because I don't really remember a lot. I just remember like the story progression being weird, and like God, I remember like the seasons being like super fast because like in video games, like when you do like art, like you know they usually have like the accelerated like rice growing thing. Expeditions and growing your rice take a month. So you go through an entire in-game season in 3 days. Like to us, like where it's like, oh, I went through 3 in-game games. Great. You went through an entire season. And that was like a little hard to wrap my head around, alongside just like the kind of bizarre nature of like the combat and and the objectives being weird, because like you would clear dungeons, but like you don't actually clear them. They have like all these like specific objectives that you have to like accomplish and stuff like inside the dungeon, and like I don't know, just the game just feels weird. I don't know how else to describe it. I would definitely say look at a review or something, if it is interesting or anything. It's a beautiful game, visually amazing. Just for me, it was weird. I don't really know. I'm gonna let this one go now. So next, we're moving on to Pokemon Snap. Okay, great. It says what comes to you, what feels right. Thanks, me. I got this one actually at. So I mentioned Retro Splatson, like the gaming convention. I actually went there 2 years in a row, which was a bit unexpected, but that happened, so cool. I went to the convention, and I ended up with this game, and this is a copy of Pokemon Snap. So it's like the new one, and I think like I was because I was like following like a thing that I thought like I should do photography. I might do it as a hobby, but like I feel like a bunch of stuff was happening. It was just starting to make the whole prospect seem very front loaded to me. So I just kind of like went away until I want to do photography on my own terms. But I think I'm also just kind of waiting for this one to just be like a fun game that I just play relaxingly. I remember like when I played it, I thought some of the writing was fun. Honestly, it's been a really long time since I've just played a fun game. I kind of feel like so many video games are serious, or at least the games I have been willingly choosing to play are just like mechanically more serious, or like story narratively more serious, and like I don't just like play a game about taking cute pictures of Pokemon. I probably do that more often. Don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. I do know that the game looks quite nice though, and I'm sure that'll be fun for whenever I play it. I'm gonna just take a quick second and just stop talking for just holy smokes, I'm just ranting. Which is good, because that's literally what the video is. This is some random woman on YouTube ranting about her Switch collection. Yay. I wish I like knew things to just like, because I see like other YouTubers and they just like say stuff and they're like, I have questions to ask the viewer. Like, what do you think about things? I don't have any of those yet. I might someday. Probably once I stop becoming like less gun shy about like all of this, like just staring like directly into a camera is so weird. Okay. I'm wondering if I should like, we'll see. So this one is Death's Door, which I don't know whatever I'm going to say about this game right now. My only thing is please, if you like kind of like darkish, like, I don't want to say like just like adventure games, like just like, I don't want to like, I feel like there's some much comparative stuff about like Zelda games and like Metroidvanias and whatever. And it's just like, Death's Door is just such a great game. Like, I bought this game. This was actually like the very first physical Switch game I ever bought for my system. Dude, what a way to just start off with my system. I got my OLED 2 years ago, and Death's Door was the first game I bought for it physically. I played some other games first, but this was the first I like bought. And I was not expecting this to just straight up be like just one of my games, you know, just like, oh, like here's my top 50 games of all time, and Death's Door is up there. Like, I played this like at the very start because I got my Switch in December. Like, it wasn't for Christmas, but it was like basically a Christmas present. Um, and I played it in January, and it was just like, I just got this game, and I already have. I'm pretty confident I just straight up played my game of the year, and it ended up being my game of the year. I decided to like push Breath of the Wild because I played Breath of the Wild that same year. Like towards like the end of you know, like the year, like in the last few months, and I'm just like, it's so unfair because Breath of the Wild is just such a great video game. Of course, it's gonna like absolutely destroy Death's Door, and I just like was like, just like pushed Breath of the Wild into next year. And thankfully, I didn't really play anything that was like that spectacular. So Breath of the Wild was allowed to have Game of the Year. It says 2024 for this game, so 2025. Yeah, that still works. I still haven't played any game I think is like god tier. I've played some good games this year, but like Breath of the Wild is Breath of the Wild, man. That game just crushes it regardless. Like, but Death's Door was basically just like straight up my game of the year of 2024. I if I was a much more composed person, I could break it all down. And maybe I will someday in a future video, because that is what making videos is all about, I guess, or something. Who knows? But this game is so good. I got it on eBay, and like, it was just like, it was like a special reserve games, and they had, yeah, it was just like someone just selling this copy for like cheap for some reason, and I was just like, what? It's so funny because whenever I think about it, I'm just like, why was this just being sold for like 20-ish bucks? I think I got this for like $20, and I'm just like, this game is so good. Let's see. Handheld. Okay, yeah, handheld. I highly recommend this game as a handheld game. Like, I still like this game enough that I would just be like, listen, if you've got a PS4, please just play the gosh darn game on your PS4. I don't care. But if you've got a Switch or you got a Steam Deck, please play it as a handheld game. I promise you it is such a good experience. Because that is like how I played it. And like, I played it like, you know, on my TV, and that was cool. But like, something about just having this game like in your hands, just like how the camera moves, like ever so, just great tracking. And then just like the combat feels like dioramic, right? Where it's just like you have the characters like set on like a tiny little stage, but they actually feel like, it feels weighty in the sense of just like they feel like actual objects, but like on this little stage, and they're doing all this combat and all this stuff, and like just climbing ladders and just like walking around and going through your paces, and like you're like map, because the game doesn't have a map, and you're like mapping out like all, like if you like how you need to play this game is this just needs to be like one of the only games you're playing. Like, you should play this game and just go through the dang thing. Like, you should just go through it. And just like the way the maps just kind of like fill out starts to feel so diegetic for me. And I don't know, I really liked the traversal, because like I'm someone who just really likes, I like hiking and walking and stuff. And like, you get to just feel like the world like passing you by, and like you're making progress and like chugging forth and stuff, and like doing that, and doing like the combat and like the little puzzles, and like so this game also has some very fun like navigational stuff in it too. But it's like very simple. It's a very simple game that does, like, it never loses that feeling of simplicity. Like, it never grows big. It just always feels like it gets bigger, but it doesn't ever feel, you know, like it doesn't feel like things are getting like more elaborate or like really, you know, like it just still feels like satisfyingly bite-sized, just a little bit more chew, I guess, you know, if that makes sense. I remember like the upgrade trees being like really good. I really liked their really unique approach to spell casting. They were just like, here's spells, and they don't function anything like you normally expect spells to. Great art design, and I don't know. It was just a lot of things. I'll probably talk about this game more like heavily in a future video or something if I'd want to do that. But like, dude, please, if there's anything you're gonna take from this part 1 video, oh my god, I just want to talk people into playing this game. I understand if you're the one thing you will see when you look this game up online is you're gonna see it's a Souls-like, and if you're instantly turned off by the idea, trust me, I'm not really a huge fan of Souls-likes either. But this is like one that uses it as like a fun RPG mechanic. You don't lose anything when you die, and the combat is not like especially difficult. Yeah, it's like it's strategic is how I would describe it. It's just like you have to like learn when to go in for stuff and when to not. And like I know that's like indicative of like any Souls-like game ever, but like it's that bite-sized feeling, right? Where it's just like you don't have to like really think and get stressed out and pay attention to all these different things. It's just like you just kind of, the game is really good at keeping things as just like pieces on a chessboard, and you just kind of figure out like how to pick them off and like when to do stuff and when not to. And the game gives you like various tools to manage that and stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about this now, but yeah, I don't know. Just check it out. Please check it out. But yeah, good game. This very good video game. I'm super happy I bought that one. Yeah. This video is like 40 minutes long. I think I'm gonna cap this out at like 1 hour, because that is probably like way too much. So ignore this whole stack. Obviously, you don't need to worry about the stack because when you look at the label and it says an hour, you already know what you're signing up for. So I guess for me, that's more of a, I don't need to worry about getting through this whole thing. So next one I have is Metroid Prime Remastered. This one is, I got this game as a birthday gift for my friend. And this game, I didn't actually like totally think I needed it. Like I was just being like really kind of obsessive-y about it, you know? Like, but it wasn't like, oh, like this game is so amazing, I gotta play it. It's just like, you ever just like kind of like pay too much attention to something even though it doesn't like really grab you to like pay attention to it? Like that happened to me with this game called Dredge, and I did not think it was a good game. But that happened with this one, and thankfully that was okay because this game is actually very good. I had played my mom got me Metroid Prime, like the original game, for my GameCube when I was a little kid, and I never actually beat it. I think I just didn't really understand it, you know? Like, it was like this game was like pretty settled, and like I feel like Metroid is like a surprisingly like you know, kids and stuff and like teens can play it, but maybe not really get it. But like as an adult, like maybe it's just like the different mindset or something, and world becomes more engage like aggressive. Like I don't know, just like you pay more attention to like all the finer details of things. And so like you pay more attention to like things like the lore and stuff. And I just didn't really get that as a kid. I just, you know, like it was just a weird puzzly game and I didn't really understand. I was just trying to keep making progress. I don't know where exactly I hopped off. It was definitely sometime after like the pirate, like the space pirate ship, you know, like the one that you find that's like in the water. But I played through this entire game, and my first thought is graphically it's a good looking game. I don't know I don't know. I think like one of the fun things about like first party games is like, especially like late in like their cycle, is when like the developers just know their hardware, you know? So like they can learn how to like make the game look really good and run really good and somehow still magically not want to die. um like when I look at my screenshots of like Metroid Prime Remastered, like I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, like the texture work isn't that good. But like, dude, when you're playing this thing, it's just like it looks like Death Stranding on a Switch. Like I'm like, how did you guys do this? Um and this is really fun. I don't know. Like I don't have tons to say. I'm probably gonna replay this game again someday. Probably not gonna play it on normal mode. After playing this game, I think my biggest takeaway is really backtracky. Makes a lot of sense because it was a very big game, and gosh, they probably tried to stretch out that content because this was like a huge deal when this released back then. But yeah, a little bit too. I feel like my biggest issue with the game is just like tons of backtracking. Like it got to be way too much as the game went on, and like the world got bigger. But like, you know, you could still beat the game. Like it's not like the end of the world. It's still pretty manageable. The map thing, the whole map needs to. I think that was like needs to be recalibrated. But combat was really fun. Exploration was pretty solid. I really liked the lore. I really liked like finding more out about like the animals and like species that like actually live on the planet because that was pretty cool. It's just like you got like little guys crawling around the wall, and it's like they're so video gamey, right? Like you have like that is like the most video gamey enemy in a video game, and then you'll like and then like you'll get the lore for it, and you're just like, man, they made like a really dumb video game like enemy sound really scientific and like totally legit for survival. And I thought that was so much fun. Yeah, movement felt good. Lots of good game feel. That's another one. Game feel was surprisingly good this game. I don't know if you guys have ever played like Metroid Prime Remastered or anything. If you have a Switch, it's a game I definitely recommend checking out. It's pretty solid. My hope is that they're gonna remake like remastered games, but like with the Switch 2 being out, I doubt that they're gonna release it for the Switch 1. That would be a nice dream, but I doubt it. I am interested in playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, so that probably will happen, actually. Looking forward to that. Let's see what else we got here. We're finally on to the next page of my notebook. It only took us 15 minutes to get this far. Oh my god, it feels... Do I want to start? I'm not going to talk about Raincoat right this second. We'll just bury that one into this one. So the next game we're going to talk about is Super Mario RPG. I got this one. I first borrowed this game from somebody. I don't remember like how that all happened, but like just like new person I met, and they were just like, I think like they just got it and they were like, I'm not going to play this game for like, you know, like a minute. And they just like took a risk and like let me borrow it, and that was cool. And I played it. Like I just, you know, blew right through the game. It was like a solid 20-hour adventure. Dude, okay, listen. If you have this game, or if you have an OLED, yes, it's so like I really like. Okay, visually is a beautiful game. The colors really stand out. Like they just pop, you know, like really good. As like I was just mesmerized at just how beautifully colorful this game is. And then the other part was just like I really liked how the game just like really keeps things flowing along. Like you're going through all these locations, you're fighting all these cool new enemies, you're having a fun old like Super Mario story, and like it was just a fun adventure. Honestly, like this game shot up straight to my like 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 whatever. We have top 10 games for people who are really busy but like want just a really fun game that they can just like play for like 30 minutes and then put it down and whatever, maybe not pick it up for like a hot minute because they're busy. And like I mean, there's definitely some parts in the game I can think of where I'm just like, man, if you put the game down right there, like probably like in the mountains or something, I'm like, that might be not rough, just like they're like lots of little secrets, like, you know, it's more technical or like plinky plonky or whatever. I don't explain it. But the story is like super simple to follow along. The combat is like fun and engaging. Like, doesn't matter how long you have to play the game. Like, it's just always fun. There's always new enemies to like fight and stuff. The locations were really enjoyable to get through. I thought the music was pretty good too. I feel like my biggest like issue with the game is like, I would have to say it has a lot to do with like the limitations and like ability sets. Is like they have all these different like status effects and stuff, and like there's literally only one move to do them ever in the game, and I'm just like, that is wild. Especially when you need them for like, because there's like for the average player they won't care about this, but like there's like super bosses and stuff like after you beat the main game. I think it can be played during your main adventure, but like you can just outright ignore them. And it makes the combat feel bit bull of the poop. And I think there's a bit of an RNG factor in that. But I think for like the average person who's just like playing the game, fighting the bosses, I think it is an absolute blast, like all the way through. Super fun, super enjoyable. I mean, there's like a peaceful mode with new RPG breezy mode. Yeah, you can just play breezy mode, easy peasy. Just play the game, beat it, easy. You're done. If you play a normal mode, the like very late game starts to get a bit like unfair, just a little bit. Like I remember when I fought like the final boss of the game, and I was just like, man, like some of the stuff, like the enemies or like side bosses, like not side bosses, just smaller bosses. I was like, they were literally harder because of like the limitations. I'm probably making this sound like a bigger deal. I feel like that's just like modern day brain, where it's just like we all have to like talk about the negative stuff first for some reason, and I'm just like, I'm trying to like move away from that and just be more like positive and happy. This stuff's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Like game's good. I recommend it. Obviously I'm holding a second copy. Like I played the game, gave it back, and then I saw it like on sale at like GameStop, and I was just like, yeah, I'll buy that again. Like that's an experience I definitely think I might want again someday. Like someday way out there, just gorgeous, beautiful game, fun combat, you know, good story, like nice story. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be bigger than that. Just good game. So that one's that. I think I'm gonna like do 2 more of these and I'm gonna wrap it up. So I have Raincoat and I have Raincoat and Fire Emblem Warriors. I forgot to mention this, and it's like way too late to mention this at this point. Is there's a lot of games here that I haven't played, and there's a lot of games that I've played a little bit of and then stopped, and like, you know, I'll keep playing them again someday, like whatever. And then there's some games I just straight up haven't played. Like I haven't played Raincoat yet. And like the very first game in this video was literally a game I never played. So and I just opened up the Shrink Lab because I was a punk and I thought the artwork was okay. I wanted to just be like, this isn't, yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna start off with Raincoat, I think. Not sure. Yeah, it's fine. So this game is Raincoat. It's made by the people who made the Danganronpa games. if you've ever heard of those. They're like mystery. They're like murder games. Like it's like a murder visual novel game where you get like play the game and there's like this huge argument between like hope and despair, and there's all these people that are like hyper talented or whatever, and they're basically, it's just like, oh, you have like the ultimate detective, and they're basically supposed to be like the best detective ever, and then like the ultimate musician who just is like a god on musical instruments, you know, that kind of thing. And basically you have all these like people, and they get trapped in like a murder game for the enjoyment of like someone who like who's like the ultimate despair. Basically they're just like trying to like find out if like hope is stronger than despair, and like all of these games are supposed to be about that, because like the ultimates are supposed to be like the shining hope of like civilization. So I've never been like gosh, my voice. I've never been that interested in those games because I never found the writing to be as enjoyable as I wanted it to be. One sec. Winter and talking a bunch when I don't talk much as a person. I've played like a bunch of like the Ace Attorney games like growing up and stuff, like, and like, you know, those people are like really good about like really getting into nitty gritty of like crimes and like details and stuff of like, you know, bringing out contradictions and arguing about it. And it's just like the Danganronpa games. I mean, they're about a group of teenagers who are like forced into a murder game, and like not a single one of them is taking it seriously. And like, a lot of the arguing is like just really, it's basically just like two really smart people in the thing, and like one person who's extremely distrustful of everyone that exists, and it's basically just you arguing against like those people while everyone else just kind of makes arguing difficult. Or just makes life for you harder as a player. It's like, why are you saying the things that you're saying? Shut up, you're making it harder to find out who the martyr is, and we're all gonna get killed because of you. This is basically like the games. I didn't really like the theming. Like, I kind of wanted to, but it was just kind of too intense for me. And it was also a visual novel, so like that's not a huge problem. I think like my thing with the artist is like they really love video games. When you see this person, you can tell that they love video games. And I was just like, I want you to just make video games that like you should keep making visual novels. I just really want you to make like a proper video game with your love for video games, so I can see how that plays out. And they've actually made a few, and I think this is one of them. But I think like the biggest thing that also like kind of turns me off from the franchise is like it's very sexual. It's very, very sexual, and I don't vibe with that, especially as someone that is like not a teenager and not even in their 20s anymore. I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of not safe for work stuff of youngins. Ew. And so like I wasn't crazy about that. But then comes along Raid Code. And I don't know anything about this game, but like just going based off of the art alone is like these people are dressed. These people are dressed. And the story looks more like not like nitty gritty, like in the grim, dark, unhappy way, but just like more involved and like more serious. I really like the way it's like set up, and it's like more about like actually like discovering mysteries and like finding out who the culprit is. And like I just kind of like the vibes of like the protagonist. He's like this like boy with like a bowl cut and stuff. And I just love how he's like he has like a cape, and he has like like on the front, you can actually see he wears like shorts. Like he just kind of like looks like a little kid, like a little school kid. He's playing detective in this like grimdark world, and just like it's like I'm gonna find out the truth and do stuff. It also has like ghosts and stuff. I don't know. It just seems cool, and I thought an experience like that might be fun. And when I found this game out, I was trying to get my friend who really likes the Danganronpa series to like play it, because I just figured it's more Danganronpa-y stuff by their favorite, like one of their favorite creators. And then I just was like, maybe I'm the one that needs rain code. So then I picked it up. But yeah, I'm sure that'll be a cool experience whenever I get to it. And last but not least, the final game that we'll be talking about, and thankfully will not be that long, is Fire Emblem Warriors. So this is just a cool fan service video game. It's based on the Dynasty Warriors formula, and then Nintendo was just like, you know what? We got all these cool IPs. Let's just start making video games with that formula. So then like they made Hyrule Warriors, and then they have Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't think there's actually another one. So it's like they did make like a few. Like there's Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and Age of Imprisonment that just came out. And then there's Fire Emblem Warriors, and then they have Fire Emblem Three Hopes, I believe it's called, that came out for the people that liked Three Houses, of course. And this game is just like a cool fan game where they have like a bunch of like Fire Emblem, like more modern Fire Emblem characters. Like it starts with Fire Emblem Awakening, and then like all the games that came after that, and they just kind of like mash them all into like this one game, like a story where it's just like massive crossover episode of like some giant dragon trying to like destroy a timeline and like all these different worlds all at once and stuff, and they all like unite together to like fight them. That's obviously not like the huge point of like playing this game. It's obviously just all about like, you know, playing as these characters that you know and like, and just like doing cool action stuff. And the action is so good. I actually don't have like a whole lot of ties to like I know of the characters, but like the Fates characters from Fire Emblem Fates, I don't have a lot of ties to them. I never actually really played much of the older video games. I know that they're super popular. I just never got to play them. But like the characters, like, because there's writing for all the characters, and they still have like the whole like cool side, like the side, you know, like the characters talk to each other and stuff. Like they still got that in the game, and like all this cool. A lot of the mechanics are just neat. Like I'm tripping over myself. I don't know if I have a whole lot to say. Or at least I'm probably also just getting tired from talking at a camera for the past 1 hour of my life. But I don't know. I play the game. It's very good looking. The game is like looks surprisingly good, and it runs quite well on the Switch. Like I've played it, you know, in handheld and on my TV, and it is a very nice looking video game. Not that many frame rate issues. Combat just feels like really responsive and really enjoyable. And yeah, I mean, it's a simple video game. There's not really a whole lot to say about it. I really like they remixed like all of the music to make it sound like more metally, and it sounds really good. The game has a good OST. The action is satisfying. It's fun. Just like sometimes you have to play. You know, there's like a map that you bring up, and you like guide your different warriors and commanders like around the map and like have them fight specific people. And like these games are known for just being like, you know, just power fantasy is like pretty easy. I'm surprised at just how often that gets brought up, especially like in like the mid to late game. Like it doesn't get like especially harder, but like it's enjoyable enough. Like it's really easy, you know, it's simple, but like I like somehow that's just still like this fun engagement of like strategizing and like sending your troops around and like protecting them and where you need to like to pull out and stuff. Like it's very light. It's very like fast and just like it's fun for people who have like that slight like want like a slight little tasting, but like just can't commit to those sorts of things. um, but yeah, that pretty much does it for this conversation. My last remark on this video game will be these two are great, and by these two I mean her. This woman right here is just. I wish she was in a mainline video game. I remember like when this game first came out, like I was like, what is this design? What is it? I'm like, oh my god, like it's just like they like right in the face of the Fire Emblem characters. Like, what are they doing? And then you play the game, and like this is such a refreshing design. Oh my god, this is so refreshing. Like, I definitely wish and hope that Fire Emblem starts to like make more characters that are like more like experimental like this. Because I think this was a good thing. Aetolis is just a great kingdom too. Like the whole like lore of Aetolis and just like everything. I was just like, man, this is just like the silly spin-off game. Why is like Aetolis just sound awesome? And like I just love the whole energy of like this part of the universe. And like I don't know, it was just funny because like everyone was just like, like me, just like all these characters. But like now there are two things. One, Rowan and I forgot her name. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but like it's been a hot minute, but like they're both great characters. Especially the girl. She's awesome. But like if you look at Fire Emblem Engage, dude, it's like Fire Emblem, I think Fire Emblem Engage is actually like a new mainline video game, which is scary. But like holy smokes, the second I saw the protagonist for that game, I was just like, man, we were trashing on these two. Like, look at these, like I almost want to like grab my camera, but I have it like set up in like a very strange way. But it's just like they got like there's a hot navy blue, and then there's like this intense red, like a little bit deeper than the Switch red. And I'm just like, and then they got like the different eye color thing, and I'm just like, and that's an official design. Like that's just like what the new protagonist looks like. And I'm just like, whoa. We didn't know how good we have it and all that. But yeah, that's gonna do that for now, and that is going to be the end of my part 1. This took a really long time, so I'm a little bit scared as to how long this is all gonna take, but we'll get there. But yeah, if you've made it this far, and if you made it this far, however you got here, I don't blame you if you skipped around a bunch. It's okay. I trust you. Like 1 hour for some random content creator, it's like, it's okay. But yeah, thanks for joining and watching this video and just being here. I hope listening to me rant about Switch video games was fulfilling for you, and I hope you have a good day. So thanks and take care. Bye.